Hello students, welcome back to Mental Ability series class 10th. Today in the series we are starting with a very new chapter, that is non-verbal series. In this chapter we are going to deal with multiple series which includes diagrams, different figures as well as number series including alphabets also, right? So in this chapter we are going to discuss four major type of classifications and I will be explaining each and every concept with the help of different questions, right? So I'm directly starting with few instructions for type 1. As I mentioned, we are going to deal with four type of questions in this chapter. So the instruction says that in this type of non-verbal test, two set of figure poses problem, right? The set are called problem figures, right? So what I'm saying here is, so the figure that is given in the question are called as problem figures. So wherever I'm using the term problem figure in this chapter, it means the problem that is given in the figure itself, right? And the answer figure is the option or the diagrams which are given in the option, right? Each problem figure changes in design from the preceding one, right? Let's say if you have some figure A and some figure B, so they have some pattern and some changes occurring in option number B or in figure number B with respect to figure number A. So you have to find out what exactly the procedure that they are following, right? So the answer figure set contains of four figures that are marked with A, B, C and D, in which same sequence will be followed. You have to check whether which of the following option is following the same sequence that the problem figures are following, right? You are required to choose the correct answer out of all alternate figures given below, right? Which would be the best continue in the series. I hope the instruction part is clear for type 1 kind of questions, right? So in this I will be explaining around 3 to 4 questions. So question number 1 says that study the problem of figure marked 1, 2, 3. Now you have three problems, or we can say problem figures. I'll be denoting it with PF, right? That are problem figures. Carefully to establish the relation between them. Now you have to check the relation between figure number 1 to figure number 2 to figure number 3. So what are the exact relation that they are following, and you have to figure out the fourth one. This is the question. I hope this part is clear. Now then you will have four options that are marked with A, B, C, D, and you have to check which of the following is the most appropriate figure to complete the series in order to find the fourth figure of the series, right? Now we'll check the question part first. Now these three are the problem figures. Here you can see what all things are there. A vertically upward arrow is one thing, right? A circle on the lower right corner and a square with a horizontal line division, right? These things are there, right? Now you need to check a relation, right? In the first figure you can see that the arrow is vertically upward. The first thing to note, right? The arrow is vertically upward. In the second figure the arrow is vertically downward. In the third figure the arrow is vertically upward. So in the fourth figure the arrow will be vertically downward. I hope this part is clear. And you can see the square size is remaining same for every figure. So let's just draw this square as well, right? I have already drawn this square and the line is cutting the arrow, and we have already done this. Now what we are doing, we are creating our new diagram that is going to be our answer, and the figure that we are going to make here will definitely match with either of the four alternate figure. As soon as our figure matches with the alternate part, we are able to find the answer, right? Now what we are supposed to check? We are supposed to check this circle, right? We know that circle in every figure is at the lower right corner. So first we will draw this circle, right? You can see I have drawn this circle having complete extension of both the arms. And now you can see the dot is in which two quadrants? In the second and fourth. Here in first and third quadrant. When I use the word quadrant, I'll explaining you this as well. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. Remember this thing for your reference. Whenever I am using the word quadrant, it means Which one? So the top right is first, top left is second, below left is third, and below right is fourth. I hope you remember this part. So here you can see the dot present in this one and this one. It means second or fourth quadrant, right? And in the second figure you can see it is in first or third quadrant. In third figure it is in second or fourth again. Now the repetition will occur of first and third quadrant. I hope this part is also clear, right? So what is exactly happening? We are getting our figure. Now we need to check which of the following 4 alternative option will match this figure, right? A downward arrow and dots on the first and third quadrant. Now we'll check. A downward arrow is there, right? But the dots are in the second or fourth quadrant, so option A will be eliminated. I hope you got this point, right? Again, option B is similar to option A only, then also it is eliminated. But what exactly we need? We need a downward arrow in which the bullets or the dots are supposed to be in the first and the third quadrant, right? What we are looking for? We are looking for this figure, right? And here we have the same figure, right? This is option number D, which matches the option that we have already made, right? So option A is not the answer, although it have downward arrow, but the dots are in some other quadrants, that is second and fourth, and both the figure are pretty similar to each other. It means they both are wrong. Now we left with only one figure, that is option number D. I hope you got the answer. This is option number D, which is your answer. Now note the direction of arrow. As I mentioned while reading the answer part, what we are going to do, we are going to revise what I explained to you, right? So this way will help you to understand the question well, right? What is the exact thing? First, note the direction of arrow, that we know is downward, okay, which changes alternatively, right? We know that. Now the dots are also changing alternatively, right? Hence we are looking for the figure in which the arrow is pointing downward and the dots are positioned in the figure in quadrant number 1 and 3. This is what we are looking for. I hope this part is clear, right? These are the two major things that we note in this question. I hope this part is clear. This question is clear, right? Now we'll directly move to the next question. That is your problem number 2. In your problem number 2, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to check what the pattern that they are following, right? For that we need to check what all figures we are having here, right? You can see a square is on the outside. We can neglect that because this is just for the framing, right? Now in the first figure we have small 4 rectangles and a diagonal in it, right? We can see that the diagonal 1 is in this direction, diagonal 2 is in this direction, diagonal 3 is in this direction, and diagonal 4 is in this direction. Now what they are doing in the second figure, the diagonal 1 and 4 are in the same direction as they are in figure number 1. But the diagonal of the middle 2 rectangles is changed their position to this and this. This is how they start reacting. Now what happened? If I marked it as A, B, C and D. So first, which one? B or C change their diagonal positions. Now you can see that B or C having the same diagonal position, but here A and D changes their diagonal position. In the fourth figure we can see that A and D are having same diagonal position, but B and C again changes their diagonal position. So what will happen? We will draw it again for you, right? This is the best way to solve these kind of questions. What we will do, we'll draw the same figure, right? I will draw it for you within no time, right? And you can do all these things on your notebooks as well while watching this video, right? This will give you good hand-on practice, right? Now you can see BC will change already, so this time BC will remain same. So we'll draw this and this, right? Now this time A and D will change. So A is having a diagonal like this, so now this will change to this. And for D, the diagonal is like this, so this will change to this. Now we need to look our answer in the 4 alternative figures that is given in the next slide is similar to this or not, right? Now we'll go to that. They are having all in same direction, so this will not your answer. B. They are, I think, having same, right? So this will be your answer because this matches directly with our answer figure that we made, that we redraw here itself, right? I hope this part is clear. So which option matches? Option B matches, right? And here we can see option B as our answer to the problem statement, right? Now what we will do? We will read the answer again just for the better revision of the same, right? So the answer says that the 4 boxes are changing position in the following way. The first and the middle boxes change their position diagonally and extreme boxes remain stationary. Then the extreme boxes change their position and the middle boxes remain stationary. I hope this part is clear because we have marked them A, B, C, D. These are the middle one and these are the extreme one. First, they will change their position. Second, they will change their position. I hope this part is clear. What we are doing, we are changing the position of their diagonals alternatively, right? I hope this part is also clear. This question is as well clear, right? Now we will move to the question number 3, where we are going to deal with some different kind of problem. As this time we are having 3 different problems, right? You can say 1, 2 and 3 with a diagonal in it, right? Now what you are supposed to find? How they are moving, right? How they are moving. So let's just revise and drive the relation between them, and then we will draw our answer figure here by ourselves without looking to the option. As soon as we are complete with our answer, we'll find the same figure in the 4 alternative options, and as soon as we are able to find them, we will get to our answer. I hope this part is clear. Now let's just start revising the relation between them. So you can see that a big horizontal rectangle is there, comparatively a small rectangle which is in vertical direction, and a square box with a diagonal and a perpendicular to that diagonal from one of its edge. These 3 things are given. So let's just start revising one thing. So you know that this small rectangle which is vertical remains same throughout. This part is clear. So we will draw this same again, right? I will draw it for you. I hope this part is clear. This is clear, right? Now you can see that the bigger rectangle which is horizontal in nature is in the downward in the first figure, then it moved to the up in second figure, then again come down in third figure and again reaches to top in fourth figure. It means it is changing his position from here to here, from here to here, and then here to here, right? So what we will do? Now it will move from here to here, right? So what we'll make a rectangle here itself. I hope this part is also clear, right? Now you can see that the square, the small square in between will remain same. Square position will remain same, right? A slightly up, a slightly down, a slightly up, a slightly down. Now this time a slightly up. So this is your square. Now we know that. Now if I mark this as A, B, C and D. So initially the diagonal is BD, then the diagonal become AC, again BD, right? Here is diagonal is AC, here is BD, here again is AC, right? So here we'll get BD. So diagonal will be in this position. I hope you got this part as well, right? So remember, when the diagonal is BD, the vertex will be C drawn perpendicular to diagonal BD, right? When the diagonal is AC, the vertex is B perpendicular to diagonal AC. In the similar manner, if our diagonal is BD, so vertex will be point this perpendicular to this. I hope the complete figure is done by us, and I hope you will find the same figure in 4 alternative options as well. Now we'll directly look to the option part. What we need to see? We need to see the small rectangle in vertical. It is there in everything, in every figure, right? All 4 options. Now we need the bigger rectangle horizontal in nature in downward direction. So this option is eliminated. Again, this option is eliminated, right? Now we left with two options. This is right, this is right. The square position is right, the square position is right. We know that our diagonal is BD in the answer figure. Not here the diagonal is AC, here the diagonal is BD. I hope this part is also clear. So which option matches? Option number C matches. This become very easy as soon as you are able to draw your diagram by yourself, right? Here you can see we have draw the complete diagram. Here you see your answer as option number C, right? Now we'll see this solution part. For what? For our better revision, right? The same figure rotate upside down in the alternative figures. This is one more easy explanation of the same, right? You can see this is a figure moved upside down, again moved upside down, again move upside down, then again it will move upside down. Hence we'll receive our answer as option number C that we have already marked here, right? Yes. Now you can see the same figure will rotate upside down again and again, and our option will be option number C. I hope this part is also clear, right? Now question number 4, based on the same type of problems. Here how many figures we have? 3 figures, right? Figure number 1, a square kind of thing and a circle. These 3 things are given. Now we need to check what kind of pattern these 3 things are following, right? For that, what we can see that this figure number 1 is same in every part. Let's just draw this part as well, right? Why I'm drawing each and everything for you? Just to make you clear things well, right? First we will draw this part. We'll make 2 lines. We'll make this curve as it is shown in the part, right? We'll make another line parallel to it. Now we are able to make this. Now what you can see here is that initially the square part is at the lower end on the right side. Again it is at the lower end but on the left side, right? Again it is on the upper part but on the left side. Again on the upper part but on the right side. Now it will again move to lower part at which direction? Right? Now this will appear here on the right side. So we'll make the square here itself. I have drawn this square, right? I hope this square part is clear. So we have drawn our figure number 1 and figure number 2. Now we need to look at the circle. The circle is in between both of them, the region between the figure 1 and figure 2. It means in this region, right? We need this in this particular region, right? Which I have darkened now, right? Now the circle is at the, if the figure is on the right side, the circle is on the left side. If the figure is on the left side, the circle is on the right side. Similarly, you can see here and here as well. So it means the figure is on the right side, the circle will be drawn here itself, right? Now you need to check the same figure in the 4 alternative options given. So here are the 4 alternative options given. What we can see that we need figure number 1 in this manner, right? This is not following the same manner. So option C is already eliminated. This is right, right? Now we need to look at the square. We want square at the lower right corner. This option is eliminated. This option is also eliminated. So students, we already left with only one option. That is your option number D. And just for the clarification, we can check the circle as well. As the square is on the right side, circle is made on the left side, right? These are the 3 things that we need to note. Our first figure is this. Our second figure is this. And our third figure is this. I hope you got this point well, right? Now we'll check option D is correct or not. Exactly correct, right? Now this is a one method that I have explained to you by drawing this particular figure, right? Now what we can do, we can look for the another thing, or the thing that we can check here itself. The figure is rotated at 90 degrees in 4 directions. The 5th figure in the series shall be same as the first figure. Because why we are saying this? Let's just consider this arrow. If we rotate number 1, right? If we rotate it by 90 degree clockwise, it will appear like this. Let's say figure number 2. Again, if we rotate it by 90 degree clockwise, it will appear like this. Let's say 3. If we again rotate it by 90 degree clockwise, it will appear like this. Now you can see, if we are rotating it by 90 degree in each case, right, what we are getting, if we again do it 90 degree, right, what we are going to get? A figure similar to the figure number 1. In the same manner, you can check here as well that this figure, figure number 1, is similar to our answer figure. That can be named as answer figure, right? So similar is there because they are moving 90 degree by each term, right? I hope you got this part as well, right? I have explained the option D and how it is correct and what relation they are talking about, right? For each question I am explaining you almost 2 methods, right? Now we'll move to the next question, and I hope this is the last question of this particular type, right? So I hope till now you are very well aware of the approach that we are going to follow for all these questions, right? Now what our approach says for this particular thing. Now first of all, mark the figures. This is figure number 1, this is figure number 2, and this is figure number 3. Now we need to check their behavior at every point. You know this, at this particular figure which is outside is having the larger side on the right side, here on the left side. Let's just mark this part as A. A is on the right side, A is on the left side, A is on the right side, A is on the left side. So eventually when we redraw our figure, what we will get? We will get it like this. So A is on the right side. I hope this part is clear. Till now we have made this, right? Now what we need to look at? We need to look at the circles. So whichever is the smaller side having the circle, right? Having the circle. So we know this. The circle having a line vertical line, right? Now in which will move 45 degree. You can see here as well. The circle is having a line this. Here its circle is having a line this. So they moved by 45 degree. Again it moved by 45 degree. It will become horizontal. Again it moved by 45 degree. It become like this. So again, if we draw a smaller circle here and if we move it by 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction, what we will find? It will become vertical again. I hope this part is clear. Now here we know a bigger circle will appear, and what is going to be the nature line inside it? We can check here. It is vertical, it is horizontal. It is again vertical, it is again horizontal. So it will be vertical. Now what we need to look at? We need to look at the figure again. The figure 1 is similar to figure answer figure, right? Right? So let's just find which option matches the answer figure. Here you can see we need A on the right side. Here it is on the left side. The option D is already eliminated. We need the bigger circle on the bigger side. So option C is also eliminated. Now we left with only 2. Either A or either B. We know this. This figure number 1 is correct. Figure number 2 is correct in both. Right? What about the bigger circle? We get a vertical line or a slanted line? We are going to get a vertical line. So our option A will be our answer, right? Here you can see the solution part again in terms of angles. What the saying is, option A is correct. First of all, the bigger ball diameter is moving 90 degrees. That we know. At one point it is vertical, at some point it is horizontal. Then again it becomes vertical, then again it becomes horizontal, right? And the smaller ball diameter is moving at 45 degrees, right? At which 45 degrees. We know this. Initially it is like this, then it become like this, then it become like this, then it become like this, and in the answer figure again it become like the vertical as it is in the first figure, right? Hence option A is our answer. I hope this part is clear to you now. Right? Now we'll move to the type 2 type of questions. Till now what we are finding? We are finding the answer figure And the approach that we are following is by drawing it by ourselves, right? Now, in option 2, in these questions, the item in the diagram either increase or decrease. I'll take an example for you, right? If I draw how many circles? 3 circles. Let's say they are your problem statements A, B and C. You have to figure out the figure number D, right? You have to figure out this part. We will draw our answer figure here itself. I'll give you condition now. Here you can see only one dot. Here you can see 2 dots. Here you can see 3 dots. So what is going to be the answer figure, right? So first, circle is common. Circle is common. We'll draw the circle. I'm giving an example, right? Why I'm taking an example? Just to make you understand what kind of questions we are going to deal now. Example problem, right? Why I'm explaining all these things, students? Because the concept behind the question is the most important thing, right? Now we know this 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, or we can say 3 smaller circles. Now definitely here number of circle is 1, here number of circle is 2, here number of circle is 3, here it is going to be 4. So, and how they are moving? They are moving in anti-clockwise direction at 90 degrees. So first circle is here at anti-clockwise direction, second circle will appear here, anti-clockwise direction, third circle will appear here. So we are able to find this figure is similar to this. Now we supposed to increase one more circle, that too in the anti-clockwise direction and in this position. This will be our answer figure. I hope you are able to get this kind of question as well. What is happening? The diagram is either increasing or decreasing. Here we are having something that is increasing. I hope you got this part, right? Now we are directly starting with the questions of these kind of things, right? Here you can see. So our approach will remain same for these kind of questions as well, right? So first we will figure out figure number 1 is a dot, figure number 2 is a circle followed by a line, figure number 3 is a smaller circle. Now what we need to check? We know this in these kind of questions, what will going to happen? The thing that is going to happen is that either of the figure will either increase or decrease. So we will follow the same thing and we'll draw the answer figure here itself, right? And we will make sure that our answer figure will match to either of the options given in the next slide, right? So before moving to the answers, what we need to figure out? We need to figure out our exact answer figure, right? So we will count. First we will see with the figure number 1 that we marked. And why I am always marking the figures? Because this will help you to draw your answer, right? Here in figure number 1, a dot is there and this dot is repeated, multiplied by 2 or increased by 1. So now here we have 2 dots. Here we have 3 dots. So in the answer figure, how many dots we are going to have? Total of 4 dots because they are increasing in this manner. I hope you got this. Figure number 2 is same at every point, right? So what you can do, and figure number 2 is slightly moving in the right direction. You can see the gap is here is less, a slight more gap is there, a slight more gap is there. So we will draw it somewhere around here, right? By increasing gap. I hope this part is also clear, right? Now we'll check the third figure. In this small circles, right? How many circles are there? Initially 5 circles are there. Now we have 4 circles. Now we have 3 circles. Then we are going to left with only 2 circles. Now we just need to check whether this figure is available or not in the alternate options that we have. So this is our alternate option. How many circles we need? Only 2 circles. Is option A is having 2 circles? No, this is not our answer. Is option B is having? No. Option C is having? Yes. So option C will be our answer. We can check with either of it, right? Right? You can see how many dots we need. We need 4 dots. We have only 1, only 2, only 3. 4 dots are here, right? So we can check with any of the figure that we have marked initially and eventually we will get our answer. Now you will see in the written part as well what option C is your correct answer that we have already calculated. the small circles are decreasing constantly or consecutively, and the black dots are increasing, right? The black dots is in the downward direction and the small circles are on the upside, right? And we know, and the small circles are represented in this manner and they are represented in this manner, right? I hope you got this question well, if the things are increasing or decreasing. Right now I'm moving to the next question just to make you understand, right, these kind of concept very well, right? Here again, first approach will be to create a space for the answer figure. Very good. Now the second thing is to mark the figures. Let's this figure number 1, this will be figure number 2, and having this a bigger circle, figure number 3, and we can see the nature thereafter, right? Now what we will see, the figure number 1 is similar in every structure, here as well, here as well, and here as well, right? So it will be similar to here as well. So I hope this part is clear, right? Now we need this complete circle is also there, which is similar. So we will draw this circle as well. Inside it, definitely things are changing. We'll discuss about it. And our figure number 2 is a dot, which is similar in every situation. So we will create a dot here. I hope this part is clear. Till now, I think the question is clear. Now we can see inside this circle, this small ellipse is there, right? Just mark it as figure number 4. So figure number 4 is similar in every part. So we will mark it like this itself, right? I hope this part is clear, right? Now figure number 5, what it says, a plus. Only one plus is there. Here 2 pluses, here 3 pluses. How many plus we are going to get now? 4 pluses. I hope you got this part. This is our answer figure. Now we need to check whether this answer figure is matching any of the alternate option or not. Okay, figure number 1 is same in every part, right? Got it. Figure number 2 is same in every part, right? Circle is there in every part, right? Okay, ellipse is there in every part, right? Wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. Right? Now how many plus we need? 4. Having plus 4? No. This is also wrong. So we left with only one option, that is option number D. This is how you can check. Here you have a very easy question, but still I am following the same procedure, because when you are getting a difficult question and when you are using the marking method, it becomes easier for you to answer these questions as well, right? Now you can check. Answer D is, option D is our answer. And for the pattern they are following, sign of plus are adding by 1. This is one thing. Figure 1 has plus, figure 2 has 2 plus, figure 3 has 3 plus. And the next figure should have 4 sign, right? That we know, right? In the same pattern, we are able to get our answer. That is option number D. I hope this part is also clear. Now, we'll move to the problem number 8. In this chapter, I think in total, we are going to discuss 14 problems. Till now, we have discussed 7. 7 more are left. So what will you do? We'll follow the same procedure again and again and again. And I'm going to do 14 questions for you. And rest questions, you have to practice by yourself with the help of practice set that we will provide on website, right? Now, here what will you have? One figure, a smaller circle, and some cuttings, right? So how they will change now? So first, figure number 1 is same in every figure, right? So we'll draw the figure number 1 itself. I hope this part is clear. Figure number 2, a smaller circle is same. So we'll draw a smaller circle. Now you can check. Here we have 2 cuttings, 2 cuttings, 2 cuttings, and 2 cuttings. Everywhere we have 2 cuttings. I hope this part is clear. Now, here we have 2, here we have 2, here we have 2, here we have only 1. Now, 1 is reduced. 1 is reduced. Now you can see 2, 1, 2, 1. Again, this time 1 reduced here. So at one point of time, we are reducing only 1. So we are going to have 1 here. We are going to have 1 here. Right? At least 1 here and 1 here as well. Now any one of them will going to have two figures. So you can see, first we remove from this part, then we remove from the opposite part. Then either we will remove it from here or from here. That we will check from the alternate options. Now you can see here, right? Figure 1 is same in every part, right? Right. I hope this part is clear, right? Now, what we can see here, this is already 1 we know, na? So this part is clear, cancel. Here we have removed 2, which is not the good thing, or not following the method or the approach, right, that we are following. Here we know that 2 is there, 1 is there, and 1 is missing here now, right? Now this can be there, but we know this, we have already removed 1 from here, so this part is also wrong. Now, as I know that initially a cutting is removed from here, then a cutting is removed from here, now the cutting is removed from here as well. So answer D, option D will be your answer. And if we redraw this here, what we can see, a cutting is removed from here, so this will have 2. Now you'll get the answer. This is option number D, right? This is option number D. This is your answer. Here you can see option D is answer. So you can see, without even looking at the option, we are drawing it very well, and as soon as we find the same alternative figure in the 4 alternative options, we get to our answer, right? Here a decreasing trend is followed. In the first figure there are 8 lines, 8 cutting lines basically that I am using throughout the sides of sphere. Second have 7 lines, the third have 6 lines, to be continued with the fourth figure with having 5 lines. How 5 lines are there? A line is here, a line is here, a line is here, and 2 lines are here. Total how many? 5 lines, right? This is how we are dealing with this type of questions, right? Either things are increasing, either things are decreasing. This is the type of questions that we are talking about till now. Now, what we will do? We will move to the third type of questions in this chapter, right? So what kind of questions now we are going to get? We'll learn it from the help of this instruction. So right, read the instruction carefully. The qualitative characteristics of various elements in the diagram changes to complete the series. What is happening? The qualitative characteristics of various element, qualitative, either they become small or they become this is a circle, this is a circle. They both are circle, but what is changing? Their size is changing. This is their qualitative characteristics, right? Now the relation type. The various elements in the diagram move in a specific manner, right? What a specific manner? If I say a circle, a square, a triangle, and a pentagon is here. So in the next part, if I draw this circle here, draw this square here, draw this triangle here, and draw this pentagon here, how they are moving? They are moving in anti-clockwise direction by 90 degrees. So this is a pattern that they are following. In the similar manner, they'll follow some specific manner, right? They'll follow a specific manner and move accordingly. They may rotate in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, right? Here I moved them in an anti-clockwise direction. They may move in a clockwise direction as well, by 90 degree, by 180 degree, or by any of it, right? It depends on the pattern to pattern, right? Now we'll directly look to the question part. Here you can see the first part, right? What is happening and what is going to be our method or the procedure. You know that first we will create a space for the answer figure, right? Then we'll start marking the plus as the figure number 1, this square as figure number 2, this as figure number 3, this as figure number 4. Now what you can see here is, let's just start with the first figure. We know this, the plus is in this side, or if we divide them in a quadrant kind of thing, what we can see here, it is in the third quadrant, it is in the second quadrant, it is in the first quadrant. Now it will move to the fourth quadrant, but where? We know this square is remain same. So we'll draw this square first. This is our figure number 2 that we have already drawn, right? Now this plus will appear on this side, that you know very well, right? In the second or the fourth quadrant, right? Now, if we have already drawn our figure number 1 and 2, now look at the third figure. A circle followed by a line, horizontal line. The line is on the right side, the line is on the left side, the line is on the right side again, then it will appear on the left side for this particular figure. We'll draw it like this, and it is cutting one of the edge of square. I hope this part is clear. Till now we have drawn three things. The fourth will be a circle. A circle will be aligning with the another circle, so it will appear like this. I hope this part is clear, right? Initially it is at the center, then it is move on the right side, then on the left side, again on the center part, right? This is how we are going to get. This is our answer figure. Let's just check which figure or alternate figure is matching with this. So what we need it on the this side or on the okay, what we can see here, like this is facing towards right, wrong. This is facing towards right itself. This is facing towards left but not cutting the left edge. This is also not answer. This will be your answer then. I hope this part is very clear to you now, right? Option number D. Here we can see option D is the answer. Students, you can see even without seeing the answers or the options, we are able to draw, because now we know the method or the approach we are supposed to follow for every question, right? The sign of plus is rotating in clockwise direction. We know that initially the plus sign is here in the first question, plus sign is here in the second part, plus sign is here in the third option, and plus sign will be here in the fourth part. So our answer containing plus here itself, right? And the pin changes direction alternatively. Initially the pin is in this direction, then the pin is in this direction, then the pin is in this direction, and finally the pin is in this direction, right? This is how we are marking the answers, right? I hope this question is also clear to you. Now, we will move to the 10th problem, where this big question mark says, draw the answer figure here itself, right? Okay, now let's just draw. First, we will understand the procedure as that is already filled. Instead of this, we'll draw it here, and we will draw our own answer figure by understanding the procedure and the concept, right? Here in this type of questions, what is the difference? These two figures are related to each other, and these two figures will supposed to be related to each other in the similar manner in which figure number 1 and 2 are related to each other. So we can see in figure number 1, we have first figure, second figure, and third figure, right? So we can see the first figure remains the same, right? And the center figure will change its position with the third figure by how? By simple rotation. We know this third figure is aligned in this direction. Now it is in this direction. So if we draw the same thing, first we will draw the first figure as it is. I hope this part is clear. Now we know this particular figure will change its position and will be drawn like this. You can see here, right? This part is also clear. Now the third is square. This will remain same and not cutting the first figure. It will be like this. Now we need to check whether this diagram is available in the 4 alternative option or not. What we need? We need this kind of thing, right? So this figure will remain same, which is not here in option number C. It will not be your answer. It is cutting both the figure. Again, it is not your answer. Option A, the figure is right, but this figure supposed to be turned horizontal and supposed to be like this. So option B is matching the conditions that we made. So you can see option B is our answer, right? So what is happening? The topmost figure is stationary. We know this. Topmost figure is our figure number 1, which is stationary, right? And the rest of the figure change their position in the group together. Like if 1, 2 and 3 is here, so 1 will remain same and 3 and 2 will replace their positions. This is the concept that we are following in this question. I hope this question is also clear to you, right? I hope till now we have discussed multiple questions related to this. Now this is the 11th question following the same method that we follow in question number 10. What is this? This says that figure 1 is related to figure 2 with some manner. Now you have to figure out how figure 3 is related to figure 4 in the same manner, right? Now for that, what we will do, we will follow the same thing, that is figure number 1 follows figure number 2. So in figure number 1 we have two triangles cutting each other with their edges, but the figure 1 is on the right side, on the left side is smaller, and figure 2 on the right side is large as compared to figure 1. So here what is happening, they'll swipe their positions. What they are doing, either they are swipe their position or they'll change their size. So here we'll consider figure 2 will come on the left side and figure 1 will come on the right side. So if we redraw this, what will happen? It will be appear like this. This is a space for us. It will be appear like this, cutting this. So you need to check which option is having this alternate figure. As soon as you are able to find this, we will get our answer. Triangle will appear on this right side. This is not our answer. We have to check whether triangle is appearing here itself or not. So what exactly is happening? Okay, now they are not changing their position. Here is a confusion because both the figure are same. They are just increasing or decreasing their size. Here you can see this figure is comparatively large as compared to this. So here the triangle, this figure is wrong. Okay, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to make it another figure where triangle is large as compared to this figure, right? So these kind of figure we need where triangle is large. So triangle is not large here, triangle is large here. So this can be our answer, and this is not, and this is not. So option B will be your answer, right? You can see here as well. Option B is your correct answer, right? So what is happening? The left figure triangle becomes bigger, the right figure triangle becomes smaller. In a similar manner, we followed in figure number 3 and we'll get figure number 4 as well. I hope this part is also clear to you, right? Now, what we will do? We will learn the fourth and the last type of question in this chapter, right? Till now, I have explained you 3 different types in which we are dealing with 3 different kind of questions based on the diagrams and completion of the series as well, we can say, right? In the same series, like we are given A, B and C, we need to find the D, right? Or we are giving a good relation between A and B, we need to find the relation between C and D. These kind of questions we are talking about. Or let's say in figure A, B, C, some things are increasing or decreasing. So with the same pattern, we need to find the D as well, right? These 3 types we have discussed till now. Now we'll discuss the 4th type, and the instructions for the 4th will be multi-relational series. What is the name? That is multi-relational series. Multi-relational series, right? These are the mixed series in which various elements in the diagram either increasing or decreasing in number. We have already discussed this part. Some figures will increase or some figure will decrease in the diagram, comma, change in position in setup pattern can be there. Now we have a 2 kind of things. Either they are increasing or decreasing. This is our first thing, or they may change their pattern. This will be the second thing. But students, till now we have discussed a very specific approach for each and everything. So approach will remain same. How? That I'll explain you with the help of this question. You can see here. For what we'll do, first we will create a space for our answer figure. Without looking at the options, we will draw the answer. So the figures are a arrow, a dot, a square and a circle. So how many figures are there? 4 figures. So let's just start with the figure number 1. What figure number 1 says? A arrow facing in the northeast direction. In the second, it become opposite, right? In the third, it is facing here. So in the fourth, it will face opposite to this. Let's say in this direction. Okay, yes, we have made this. So as figure number 2 is a dot. Dot is here. Dot will move to 90 degree now. Dot will move 90 degree, so it will appear here. It will again move 90 degree, so it will appear here. It will again move 90 degree, so it will appear here. So where you find this dot now? This dot will be here itself, right? Draw it somewhere here, right? According to the question, it should be here, right? Now, what we will see? Circle is inside, circle is outside, circle is again inside, then circle will be again outside. So we'll draw the circle like this, right? A square is outside, a square is inside, a square is outside, a square will be in the inside. This kind of figure we need, right? Let's just check a square in the inside, arrow facing southeast. We are getting these kind of things or not? Okay, arrow is facing southeast only in this option. So we can directly eliminate all options apart from this. But we will check other things as well. Yes, arrow is facing southeast. The dot is here itself. Circle is on the outside. Square is on the inside. But we have already drawn these things. So option C will be your answer. I hope you will find that change in position type of question as well. Here every figure is changing. All 4 figures is changing their position, right? Right? So option C is your answer. Here you can see as well. Why I'm always show a written solution as well, to make you understand what exactly we are doing. Note movement of a dot which is clockwise, as I mentioned, by how much? 90 degrees, right? And the arrow is moving in and out in position direction, right? First it is in this direction, then it will in this direction. Again it is in this direction, then it will appear in this direction, right? So the circle and square will interchange their position. When circle is out, square is in, then it become square is out, circle is in. This is the procedure that we are following in this question. I hope this question is also clear, right? Now we will move to the next question, and this may be our second last question of this chapter, where we are going to deal with a different kind of question, right? What is this? The procedure will be same. Students, as I mentioned throughout the 12 questions that we have discussed till now, the procedure for the question will remain same. You are not supposed to worry how difficult and how easy the question is. If you are following the same procedure that I am telling you, you will never mark a wrong answer. Till now we have discussed 12 questions and every time we are finding the right answer. So let's just discuss this part as well. So what this part says? This part says that how many diagrams are there first of all? First, an arrow upward, a bigger circle, a smaller circle and a triangle. These 4 figures are here. So what we will see? A center. So we'll draw a center. This is our reference for this figure, right? What we can see, a arrow, which is our figure number 1, is pointing upward from the center. So we'll draw this, right? I hope you got this part, right? Arrow is already made, right? But you can see that a triangle is here outside. In the second figure, it becomes it comes into center. Circle is here, right? What exactly happening? I'll tell you, right? Initially, we have 2 concentric circles, right? As soon as we bring out the circle out, triangle will appear here, and the triangle, 2 concentric triangle will appear here. So what is happening? A new figure is introduced here, and that figure will come in the center, and the triangle will remain as it is. The outer triangle will remain as it is. The inside it will become a small circular part of thing, and this triangle will appear here. So we need this kind of figure. We will check where we are getting this. A triangle at the corner having only 2 figures. Option A and B is already eliminated because we need a triangle here. We need an arrow facing upward, right? We need 2 concentric squares or a square inside a triangle. Initially we need it here. This is going to be our answer figure, and if we need another figure, this will be the proceeding figure. But here we need this figure, right? Option C. You can say, see here as well. Option C. What is happening? The bottom figure changes its position with the figure in the center or center of, right? Just interchange this position as well. Use here reasoning here as well, right? For OF, write OF, right? Right in this manner. The big circle and the rest of the figure remains unchanged. I hope you find this well as well. You can see triangle is here, right? Initially it is inside, it will replace its position with the figure already outside. So initially square is outside, now it will change its position with the triangle, right? We have changed it and we'll get to the answer, right? I hope this part is also clear. Now students, we are moving to the last question of this chapter. Here in this question, what we are going to see, or the procedure, again, now I'll quickly do this question for you by explaining the things in a very brief manner now, right? What you can see here, you can see certain figure is here, which figure 1 is related to figure 2 and figure 3 will be related to figure 4, right? Now you need to find the figure 4. This is your question. How you can see a triangle, a pen, okay, and you can say here what exactly happening is, these are not, we can see a square, a diagonal, right? These kind of things are there. Okay, what now it is changing, how it is changing, right? Inside this square, consider this triangle, right? This small triangle is already there and this pin will directly come inside it like this, and this will become your option part. So first we will do, instead of this, we'll draw the half circle where the figure is, inside which we'll draw another triangle. Now how this arrow will appear, right? This arrow will either appear like this, I think, right? I'll told you this thing part. This arrow will either appear like this, right? Or it may appear like this. We'll check this in the option part. How you can see this? First of all, we need it in the second lower half. So this is on the upper half, not your answer. We need it in this direction. Only one figure is there which is following the same direction. No one else. We need it in this vertex, this vertex, this vertex. For this figure, we need it in this vertex, facing towards this, not will answer. For this second figure, we need this in this vertex, going to this vertex, not your answer. For figure number D, we need this in this direction, following this vertex, not your answer. Eventually, option number C will be your answer. I hope all 14 questions are clear. Okay? What happens is, option C is your answer as I marked. The half triangle, the half with the triangle remains stationary, okay, and the other half superimposed on the first half without changing their direction. This is what we are doing. This is just written in the language form. I've already explained you this part here only, right? This is there and this particular thing will superimpose on this. Eventually, we will get our answer as option number C. I hope there is no problem with these kind of questions till here, right? Students, till here I have already explained you each and everything. 4 different kind of questions we have discussed in this chapter, dealing with 14 different problems. For every type of question we have discussed around 3 to 4, sometimes 5 questions as well, right? So make sure to revise this video again and again, because this video contains multiple concepts which is very helpful for you in your series completion, or finding the missing values, or rearranging the diagram, or finding the question in which the alternate figures are increasing or decreasing, right? So I have explained you each and everything briefly in this chapter. For that, what you can do now, in order to gain good hand-on practice, go and attempt the practice set for this chapter on website. So with this, I would like to end this chapter here itself. Anybody is facing any problem can always re-watch this video as I am explaining the same concept around 2 to 3 times in this video for every kind of question. Thank you students. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.